beautiful friends. Hope you're doing amazing. Today, we're going to be talking about some disappointing products, if that's something you'd be interested in. Hi, if you're new here, my name is Audrey. Thank you so much for being here. Please consider subscribing down below before you leave. We talk about makeup over here. I'm just a mom who loves makeup, and that's what we do. And if you're returning, hi, hello, welcome. I love and appreciate you, and let's get started. Okay, so specifically, disappointing products from Sephora because the Sephora sale's coming up and I want you guys to know what I don't recommend that you buy. These are disappointing to me, okay? I understand if these products, if anything I mentioned today is your top favorite holy grail, please continue to love it and to use it. But for some reason, these products are just disappointing to me personally. And yeah, I probably won't repurchase and I wouldn't recommend these to you, but we're going to get into it. I am so excited about the Sephora sale and I think this is important. Some of these products I have mentioned before, some I've never mentioned. So we're just going to get into it because I have a lot of products on my desk right now. Okay, so starting with primers. I'm really disappointed about this because this is Tom Ford. I love Tom Ford. I love the brand. I love a lot of the stuff I've purchased from Tom Ford. This is too matte. It's very smoothing, but it's too matte for my skin tone. I really need something that's smoothing and hydrating. I've figured out, so it's not a total waste. At least I know better now what I'm looking for. I'll finish it up. I don't know. I haven't used it in a really long time. I have to use it with like a really hydrating foundation. But I definitely won't be repurchasing because it's just too matte for my dry skin. So very smoothing, too matte, not hydrating enough. Another primer. This is the Nars Light Reflecting Hydrating Primer. This is disappointing to me because I was expecting more. It's not hydrating enough. It's not glowy enough. So it's kind of just meh, I may use it up. I may not use it up. It really, like if I want glowy, I have better glowy. If I want hydrating, I have better hydrating. So it's just meh. Yeah, I wouldn't recommend. I have way better primers in my collection. And I am going to do a Sephora recommendations video. So keep your eyes out for that. Those are products that I recommend you spend your money on. These aren't. Next, I don't even know where to put this. I think I have mentioned this before. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Unreal Skin Sheer Glow Tint in 1.5 Fair. I love Charlotte Tilbury. I have a lot of stuff from Charlotte Tilbury in my collection. The brand, gorgeous. This is marketed as a foundation, and it is the most Tin Man-esque foundation I've ever tried. And I was so excited for this. So that just makes my disappointment like 200 times worse because I was really excited for a stick foundation from Charlotte Tilbury, but it is so glowy. I can use it as a primer-ish, which is kind of how I use it, like a glowy primer in a stick. So it's a little bit of a faster glowy primer, but I got to put something on top of it because it is Tin Man-esque. So I would recommend other glowy primers. Definitely. Okay, now this is a primer. It's an eyeshadow primer. This is the Pat McGrath Intensifies Long Wear Primer. I used to really enjoy this, but since then I've found others that are better. And this one is misleading because when you look at it on the Sephora website, you think it's going to be tinted. It even looks like it's going to be kind of tinted when you put it on your skin, but then when you blend it out on your eyelids, it's clear. And I just don't think it's okay. It's okay. But I am disappointed by it because I thought it was going to be tinted and it's not. So if you want a tinted primer, not this one. If you want a clear primer, the Nars is way better. So there's that. Foundation. I don't have very many foundations. I don't know. I really try to make foundations work for me, and I've learned that what I like, what my skin likes. But I have spoken about this before, and this is very disappointing to me. I would not recommend you purchase this. I have so many other incredible foundations from Sephora. This is just so mediocre, and the color match is weird, and I don't recommend this. I haven't found a Makeup Forever foundation that I love yet. So yeah, there's that. Haus Labs, incredible. So good. The new Patrick Ta I'm wearing today. I love it way more than I thought I was gonna love it. So, not the Makeup Forever. This is disappointing to me. This is the Nars Light Reflecting Eye Brightener in Night Swan. It's supposed to be like an under eye brightener, and I thought that I was gonna love this way more than I do because I mean, it's Nars, and I love the the packaging got me, okay? And the Nars concealer with the black cap is amazing, absolutely incredible. This is not light enough. This isn't light enough for it to be a brightener on my skin tone, and this is the lightest color, so I don't use it. I just don't reach for it, and that is disappointing to me because I want to spend my money on stuff that I love. So if we're skin twins, this is not light enough. I love my Bobbi Brown Stick color corrector. It's very light, very, very good. Gorgeous. Brightener, sorry, not a color corrector. It's a brightener. Yeah. So this concealer, I really tried to love it. I think that I have sang its praises in the past, but I have changed my mind, and I'm very disappointed by it. It's too thick. It's too thick. It doesn't look good under my under eyes. It's crepey, weird. This is the Hourglass Vanish Concealer, and I have mine in the shade Birch. And I really, really, really wanted to love this, but this is not the first Hourglass product that I've tried that's just too thick on my dry skin. So I have concealers that go above and beyond what this one does and look way more flattering under my eyes. This is the Westman Atelier concealer, the new one. So good. This, not so good. Maybe for oily skin. I really wanted to try it, but maybe it's better for oily skin, and it was disappointing to me. Another disappointing concealer I have mentioned, I think, in the past. I don't know why people love this so much. I don't know. It's not hydrating enough for me. It's a little too thick and weird. It gets weird. It doesn't look as nice as some of my others. So for that reason, it's not worth money for me. It's disappointing to me. So this is the Fenty, what is it? The Fenty Wear Even Hydrating Longwear Concealer in 120N. Yeah, no thanks. No thanks. I have Haus Labs, Tower 28, Westman Atelier. I think those are my top 3. So good. Not the Fenty. Next, where are we gonna go next? There's so many places we could go. I'm gonna just chat about this real quick because I know I've mentioned this in the past. So disappointing. I think this is available at Sephora still. This is the Natasha Denona Hyper Natural Face Palette. I don't recommend picking this up. I really love Natasha Denona. The brand is incredible. But they just, at this point, I feel like all they do is come out with palettes. And they're just trying to like think of different ways to come out with palettes. And this way, this split pan, tiny way is not the way. So I say skip. She has some incredible eyeshadows. And the Glam face palette that she came out with before this one, incredible. Just a blush, a highlighter, and some amazing eyeshadows. Really good. This, yeah, no. Disappointed me. I really wanted to love it more than I do. Okay, on to some bronzers. Yeah. Okay. So, I have spoken about this one, I'm pretty sure. This is the, what is this? Armani Luminous Silk Bronzing Powder. I have mine in the shade 90. And this has gold sparkles in it. I don't feel like every shade does, because I've heard people sing the praises of this. And I don't mind a sheeny bronzer. The RMS bronzer has a really beautiful satiny sheen. It's gorgeous. And I love that. It's one of my top favorite bronzers. This has gold glitter, which is different than a satin beautiful sheen. So I say, no way, Jose. It's so disappointing. I really, really, really wanted to love this too, because it feels wonderful, and I know that other people love this. I just can't get on board. It's disappointing to me. This one is disappointing, but only because of the color. Okay, so this is the YSL All Hours Hyper Bronze. Now, I have sang the praises of this in the past, but the more bronzers I try and use, the more disappointed I am that this is so light. This is 01, the shade 01. It's too light, and it's matte, and it's too lightly pigmented. It almost looks like it could be somebody's face powder, and it's too orangey. I'm disappointed. And it is even more disappointing to me because I don't love it enough to pick up the correct shade that might work better for my skin tone, right? Maybe there's a more neutral option. Now, I have bronzers that perform better than this one, so I'm not going to get a new one. The packaging is beautiful, but it's just not, it was disappointing because I'm not gonna buy another one. I'm not gonna get the correct color, so that color doesn't work for me. So, I mean, I can make it work, but it's not my favorite, and I have others I'd rather use, and that is disappointing. Because I don't know how much that costs, but it is expensive. Next, this is the Makeup Forever Artist Sculpt S400 Precious Latte, and I really thought that I loved this for a while. I still want to love it, but it's not cool toned enough. It's not, I'm not reaching for it to put it over my Dior contour stick or my Westman Atelier biscuit. Like, those are good contour options for my skin tone. This is like not the best contour color, and I've just decided in my routine I like cream and liquid contours. Powders, it's not really my thing. So it's disappointing to me because it's not like a revolutionary formula. So this isn't making me want to run out and purchase like the blush or the highlighter. And yeah, it's just chilling in my collection because it's disappointing and I'd rather use a cream. So disappointing. Yes. This is the Hourglass Airbrush Pressed Powder in Vanish Airbrush Pressed Powder in Translucent. I am disappointed by this only because I really wanted to use it as an under eye setting powder, but it's way too heavy of a powder for underneath my dry eyes. It like almost accentuates the lines more than just the concealer would. It's okay for all over the face. I did put it all over my face today just to make sure that it was okay. Because that Patrick Ta foundation is kind of like on the dewier side, right? But I don't usually set my whole face with powder. So it's disappointing. Disappointing just to me. I know that people love this, but I feel like it's almost more directed towards an oily skinned audience. So there's that. Are we ready for blushes? Oh my gosh. I have too many blushes that I want to talk about in this disappointing makeup video. Okay. This is disappointing. The formula is really good. Oh yeah, and I love Hourglass. Did I mention that? I love Hourglass. I gotta make sure you guys know this has nothing to do with the brands. Nothing. It's the products specifically. Okay? At this point, I think we've all heard people talk about how disappointing this packaging is. It deters me from wanting to use it because this is the Hourglass Unreal Liquid Blush. I got mine in the shade Vision. When I have incredible blushes that are A, powder, or B, liquid and a doe foot, or C, cream in a stick I can just swipe on my face, why would I pull this out and drip it on my hand and then put it on my face, or drip it on my face and maybe make a mess? I don't know why I don't know why. I don't know why Hourglass did the packaging like this. A doe foot would have been perfect. So disappointing. Disappointing. This is disappointing to me. This is the Haus Labs High Power Pigment Paint in Blush Matte. I picked this up for a full face of Haus Labs, and same kind of thing as the Hourglass. I'm really scared it's gonna squeeze out super fast, but it is a thicker formula. The color, it's like you can use it for a blush and an eyeshadow, and I think you can use it on your lips, but I'm scared I'm gonna make a huge mess. And it's not the formula. It was just meh. It's matte. It's meh. It's not anything to write home about. So I'm disappointed by this. Disappointing. Finally, I really tried to love this. I think I did enjoy it in the past, but the more cream blush sticks that I try, the more disappointed I am by this. This is the Pat McGrath Labs Divine Rose Divine Blush Legendary Glow Color Blanc. So this is the shade Divine Rose, and I don't know if my kids got to it or if it's probably expired, so I don't know what that black stuff is. I'm not going to use it on my face, but I don't like this formula anyways. And so it's a very sheer formula, not my favorite. Nope, I have way better ones. And the packaging is cheap. It's so cheap feeling, and that upsets me. I want to feel the weight of something incredible in my fingers and have that cheeky blush moment, and this is not giving it. Disappointing. Pat McGrath Labs is all around disappointing these days for me. Okay. Another blush that I find very disappointing. I picked up 2 of these. I should have only bought one. I know I should have only bought one, but I was really convinced in my brain that I was going to love them. Well, these are 2 matte for me. These are the YSL Make Me Blush Liquid Blushes. I prefer the Armani Beauty ones. They have a much more natural finish. These are matte, and you have to work fast with these because they dry really fast. I really like this color, like color 37, better than 44, but I shouldn't have bought 2. The packaging is beautiful. These are disappointing. I never reached for them because I have the other ones that I like more. So if you like a matte blush and you want a liquid, there's nothing wrong with the formula. It's just disappointing to me. I wanted more of a glowy, skin-like finish. Speaking of liquid blushes, this is the Nars Afterglow Liquid Blush. I have mine in the shade Dulce Vita. Same kind of thing, I have other liquid blushes that I like better, and this one is very, very sheer, which has a time and a place, but I only have the one. I've never been drawn to purchasing more colors. And with the Armani, I bought one and then bought all the rest of the colors, right? So that's kind of how my brain works. So because of that, this is disappointing. I would not repurchase or recommend. So this is disappointing to me. I bought this on holiday, around the holidays last year, and I think it's still available on the Sephora website. I'm pretty sure I saw it. This is the Hollywood Blush and Glow Glide Palette from Charlotte Tilbury. Yeah, no. I was like, I'll use it. I'll use that bright pink blush. I might have done one video with it. And these blush and highlighter things, I mean, it's so tiny, it gets lost. And there's two colorways. Actually, I wonder if I would have liked the other one better because it has more of like a terracotta warm blush. But this one is more for lighter skin tones. And I was like, I need the light one. And baby pink. Bright baby pink. Yeah, no thanks. No, disappointing. Why does she only come out with two colors? We need more. And why can't they be single blushes? When was the last time Charlotte? Oh, you know what? She does have those puffy things. Okay, all right. Okay, those are good. I like those. Those aren't in this video. But this, disappointing. Okay, we're on to highlighters. This is my most recent disappointing purchase. I don't like this. This is the Gucci Glow highlighter in Sunrise Gold 01. I love my Gucci blush, my Gucci bronzer. So I was like, oh yeah, Gucci highlighter. No, I don't like this. I don't like it. Is so hardly pressed, first of all. I really got to swipe my finger in there. And then this color, it's like, I mean, can you see how it's almost kind of patchy on my finger? And then you blend it and it's not, it's like white to peach. If you even see that swatch. I do not like how it looks on the cheeks. It's not, it's like, I like my liquid Dior highlighters, or I like my really intense Fenty highlighter. And like, there's some in between, you know, the Haus Labs, gorgeous, but very bam in your face. This is so hardly pressed, I can barely pick it up with the brush. And it's just not, it's not it. It's not for me. I'm not a huge fan. It's so duochrome shifty. I have so many others in my collection I love. The packaging is cute-ish, but it's not very weighty. And I'm just so disappointed. Disappointed in this. Okay. Patrick Ta does not have, I don't think, anything else in here. Patrick Ta does not disappoint me very, very often. I love most of the things I've tried from the brand. This was disappointing. This is the Major Glow Cream and Powder Light Reflecting Highlighter Duo, specifically in the shade Sugar. This was the shade I was the most excited for. And I got one that the cream is all weirdly melted. Okay. And this is the second one I got because I got the first one and I was like, okay, all right, I'll send it back. It's okay. They'll send me a new one and it'll be fine. And this is the new one and it was not fine. I love this color. I want to use this color, but I also want to use the cream and the powder together because I think that looks the most natural and gorgeous on the skin, and that's how he intended it to be used. So I'm disappointed by this, very disappointed by this sugar color. And the other two that I have are the bright pink one, or light pink, whatever, baby pink one, and the white one. So I really wanted like a champagne-y color, and this would have been my favorite, top favorite color, but this one is messed up. So the pink and the white, I do really love. It's a very good formula, but I have to, you have to have an occasion for those. I can't just wear a pink highlight with anything. I mean, I could, but you know what I mean. So I was hoping for this one the most. So that makes me the most disappointed. Okay, on to eyeshadow. I'm not very disappointed by very many eyeshadows. I was going through my collection and I was like, yeah, I love most of these. But, I mean, this is specifically from Sephora, so stay tuned. We'll have another video of disappointing products that are not at Sephora. But this is the Tom Ford Eye Color Quad Creme in 35 Rose Topaz. This is so disappointing to me. It has almost completely turned me off of any kind of luxury eyeshadows that have these weird little brushy spongy things in it, because it's so lightly pigmented. As you can see, I have bright purple eyeshadow on. I like Natasha Denona's formula, Pat McGrath's formula, Nomad Cosmetics formula. There's many, many more. Surratt, love. This is a Tom Ford quad, so it is not cheap. And I'm so disappointed by this. I don't think I ever want to try another Tom Ford quad again, and I don't recommend them to people because this is not a formula that I think is worth the price. So, yeah. And I don't say that very much. I don't say that very much. Price is relative to everyone. Which may be an unpopular opinion coming soon. But yeah, nope, disappointed me so much. I haven't got rid of it, haven't decluttered it because it's Tom Ford and I spent my money on it, but it's so disappointing. I don't really want to use it. So Haus Labs is making another appearance. Oh, this is the Atomic Shake Lip Lacquer. Shake well before use. I got this for my full face of Haus Labs video, and this is not as good as the Dior one. So this is one of those things where you put it on and you let it sit and you let it dry and you don't let your lips touch, and then it is supposed to be magic and it stays forever, like a stain type situation. This got so weird and crumply and cracky and yucky. So never had that problem with any of the Dior ones that I have. I love those. This one, not so much. Not worth it. Disappointing. I love that red too. I was excited. Disappointing. This disappointed me. This is the Le Monster Lip Crayon Blush Matte. Why is it shaped like this? Why? Why is it shaped like this? This looked super dry and crepey on my lips, and I remember it specifically and pulled it out specifically for this video because I do not recommend you spend your money on this. Matte lipstick, Merit, nailed it out of the park. This, no. Disappointing. And one more. This is the last one. We made it. So these are, they go together. These are the Rosso Valentino satin lipsticks. I have 100R and 22R. So I purchased 100R initially because it was a limited edition holiday package, right? And the white packaging got me. And the lipstick is nice. It's not anything to write home about. I don't really reach for it because it's okay. And then I picked up the red one because I was like, oh, now I need a red one. And this is also a satin formula, and it's okay. It's all right. The issue I have and why this is so disappointing to me is because this feels so cheap. I don't want a cheap feeling experience, especially from Sephora. So these have no weight to them at all. You want a good satin lipstick? Again, Merit. Look at that. They have incredible satin lipsticks. But these are just, no, they're so cheap feeling. I am not a huge fan of the formula as well, so that makes them disappointing to me. Okay, that is everything. Let me know down in the comments, do you find any of these products disappointing too? Are there any products that you think are super disappointing that you need to let me know to avoid? Or, our friends down in the comments, what do you think we should avoid this Sephora sale? Because, you know, we don't want to spend our money on disappointing makeup. And yeah, so with that, I hope I didn't get too aggressive, but I mean, yeah, it's just disappointing. They're not bad. Actually, I don't know if there's maybe a couple that I think are actually bad. Oh, I forgot to mention this. This is the Charlotte Tilbury Exaggerize Volume Mascara. This is the new one she came out with in Exagger Black. And this is so disappointing to me. I see people loving this and I just don't. It's too thick for my very thin, sparse lashes. It makes them fall super fast. They don't hold a curl. The packaging is beautiful, but the formula is disappointing. I have other mascaras that go above and beyond, and this is just, I wanted to love it so much. I just don't. Okay, that is everything. Okay, let us know down in the comments what you think about all the things disappointing products wise. And yeah, stay tuned for my Sephora recommendations. It's the most wonderful time of the year. Okay, and if you made it to the end of the video, thank you so much. I love and appreciate you. Give this video a thumbs up if you love videos like this, and I will see you in my next one. Bye! To film or not to film? That is the question. Hey. Maybe it's time for a nap.